Hi there. I'm not a doctor, nor am I a dietitian. I'm a truck driver, and I've been at it a few years. I've learned all the ways not to eat. I stopped for pilot pizza more times than I can remember. Early on, I spent a lot of meals sitting in a TA at one of their buffets or counters. Man, that food tasted good. But over time, I figured out it wasn't so good for me. One day I looked down at my waist and realized I was 40 pounds overweight. And it didn't take long to get there. But, crap happens. I know it's happened to you too. Eventually, it starts messing with your sleep, wears you down, your energy is waning, and then, next time you go to the doctor, your blood test results come back, well, not so good. That was a reality check for me. I decided to do something about it, and that's what this channel is about. My name is Joe, and I've been over the road. I've done delivery, custom critical, reefer, all kinds of driving. Been from coast to coast many times. Now I'm concentrated in the southeastern U.S., but 15 plus years under my belt. Maybe I know a thing or two. And maybe you're just now starting out. Maybe you haven't even driven your first mile, but you're thinking about it. But if you're like me and you've been driving a while, you realize maybe it's time to get your crap together. I'm glad you joined me. In this first setup, we're going to talk about how to go from not so good, which is where I started at, to maybe a little better. And then once we get that down, we'll take a few more steps and figure it out as we go. So let's just dig right in. Step one, you need some basic equipment. Do you have a fridge? How about a microwave? If you have those two things, man, you're almost there. When I first started out, I was driving as a team driver with my wife, of all people. But she was actually a very good driver. When we started out with one of those Coleman thermoelectric deals. And they're okay. They had the capacity to lower the temp maybe 30 to 40 degrees below ambient temperature. And usually that was good enough. But then eventually they kind of suck. And then you have to replace them. If you can go with something higher end, if you can afford it, go for it. Otherwise, those will work. It's a good place to start. For the microwave, you'll probably need an inverter if there isn't already one installed in your truck. It might cost you a couple $100 to get one installed, or maybe your company will do it for you if they don't pre-install them in your vehicles. If you're owner-operator or lease operator, just get it done. A fridge and a microwave. That's really all you need to get started. So once you have those things, the next step is just stop buying your food at truck stops. It doesn't matter if you're out for 3 days or a week or 6 or 8 weeks. You can figure out a way to get better food. And it's not going to be at the Pilot or the Loves or the TA. Go to a grocery store. Get fresh food. Almost every single Walmart has a designated truck route to get into their stores and back out. You may have to park in the back for a few minutes, walk around to the side entrance and get in there and get your business done. The easiest way to get started with this is go get one of their rotisserie chickens. You pull the meat off the carcass, toss it so it don't stink your truck up, and you're probably going to be licking your fingers and eating some of that stuff as you're doing it. Man, that's okay. And you get a taste of what real food tastes like again. Put the rest in a couple of bags, and you got a main portion of a couple of meals there for you. Then grab you a ready-to-eat bag salad, maybe a tomato or two, and whatever else you like in a salad. Maybe you like carrots, cucumbers. Just grab one in the produce department, and run over to the housewares section and get you a cheap knife if you don't already have one. Get one that has a blade cover, and just throw it in the drawer, and you've got it. Wipe it off, clean it up. When you're done using it, it'll be ready for the next time. grab you a small pack of paper bowls, some paper towels if you don't have them, disposable utensils. I use them. I'm not going to go inside and wash them every day. You can if you want. You do you. Oh, and get you a bottle of salad dressing. Get something that's low-cal, that's not a ton of calories it's going to add to your waist as well. I know ranch dressing, $1,000 dressing tastes wonderful, but there's a ton of calories in it. So find something that's like 40, 60 calories a serving, and happen to notice, a serving is like 1 or 2 tablespoons. It's not very much. So be careful how you use it. Now the last thing I'm going to recommend as far as that goes is you need some snacks that's not going to bust your belly. Chips and pretzels and stuff like that, leave it at the store. None of that stuff is your friend. They're just there to sell it to you, so they make money, you get fat. So just leave it there at the store. Get you some portion-sized bags of nuts, or maybe some dried fruit. Be careful on that because sometimes they're loaded with sugar. Some stuff like beef sticks or cheese sticks, stuff like that that's going to stick to your ribs. That it's decent for you. Maybe you think cheese, oh my God, that's too much fat in it. Now, you really need fat in your diet. You don't need the carbs. And if they're portioned, then you're not going to eat, way more than what you should at one time. You eat what's in that portion bag, and you're done with it. And let it get down to your belly, and you're satisfied. But like I said, leave the chips at the store. I used to start out the week with 2 big bags, and they were gone. Out of the bag, they were in my gut, didn't go nowhere. That's how I gained 40 pounds. So that brings me to portion control. Don't eat the whole damn chicken. Read the labels. If the package says 3 servings per package, and you eat it all, you're talking about 600 or more calories. So you have to start becoming aware of the quantities that you're eating. And I know this might sound a little preachy, but it's a reality. It's really easy to hit 4,000 calories in a day without realizing it. And most of us don't burn that many calories in a day unless you're, loading and unloading freight. And even then, you're probably not burning 4,000 calories. So be careful. Measure. Divide up those portions. Learn what a 4 or 6 ounce serving looks like. On the road it's kind of hard to be very precise, but after a while you can kind of figure it out. Now, once you get those basics down like that, grab some decent food. Maybe it's time to graduate. Start doing some of this food prep at home. Prep it up before you leave for the week. A lot of you guys are probably out 5 days, home 2, and maybe you don't feel like spending half of one of those days in the kitchen. Well, there's some ways to get around spending too much time, but I cook chicken breasts. I started out baking them in the oven, pretty easy. You can do something else while they're cooking. I boil eggs, I peel them and bag them up in 2 to a bag, and I've got several days worth of good high quality food that I either eat for breakfast or lunch or just a snack. Great source of protein, great source of all kinds of nutrients you need, quick and easy, not messy to eat. And anyway, good stuff. I have a favorite weakness: bacon. I cook bacon. I pack bacon up in packages, and I eat bacon. But it's actually not that bad for you. Get plenty of protein, some good fats, and it's satisfying, and it holds you over. And it's probably just as good as some of the jerkies that you can get out there for $15 a bag, which is ridiculous, but hey, I get a $5 or $6 a pound package of bacon. I bake it in the oven. It might take a half hour to render all the fat out, but when you're done, you soak up the oil and it's good to go. Fantastic snack. No carbs. Now, this other stuff that you've made, the chicken, the veggies and stuff like that, you bag them up individually into portions that you know that you'll eat and not overeat. You warm them up in the microwave, put a little butter, some seasoning on them, and man, you're eating like a king in the back of your truck. Beyond that, fiber and digestion. This one kind of sounds funny, but it's legit. Add fiber. I take a half full water bottle, half liter, and I have a little funnel that's about 3 inches tall. It fits in the top of the bottle, and I put a teaspoon or so of the psyllium husk, which you might know as Metamucil or the store brand. And I shake the crap out of it, and I drink it with my dinner. And it keeps things moving, makes a difference. Now, if you get into that level, you're going to start saying, well, man, this is kind of boring, eating the same food all the time. Well, that's when you level up. I recently got a grill, so now instead of baking my chicken, I grill it. And I also brine it first, so it remains moist and juicy. And man, fantastic. You heat it up gently. Don't overheat it when you heat it back up. And it's just like the moment you pulled it off the grill. Fantastic. And then expand your vegetable options. You can get frozen bags of veggies, and by the time you get to them, they're not frozen, but you still just throw the bag, most of them, you just throw the bag in the microwave, cook it a few minutes, pour it into a bowl, put some oil or butter on it, and man, you're eating good. I guarantee you do that kind of thing, you're going to be eating better than 90% of the guys parked next to you at the truck stop. It's more effort, but the payoff is real. Your waist will start to shrink, your lives will get better, you sleep better, and hey, you're eating good food. That's what this channel is about. Nobody expects you to be perfect. I still screw up. Sometimes I just get tired of eating the same thing, and sometimes I've eaten so well during the course of the day that I'm not all that hungry at the end of the day. And guess what? That's not a bad thing. You don't have to let your gut hang over your belt. You don't have to feel like you're dragging around an extra person every time you walk from the fuel tanks to the truck stop store. So it won't happen overnight, but it happens, and you'll get better. So just plan ahead, keep it simple, eat real food. If any of this helped, please subscribe. And go down and leave me a comment. If there's a special go-to that you do, maybe you're already doing some of these things. Let me know what shortcut you use, or maybe what food you like. And hang around and see what the next video is about. Next video, I'm going to lay out a full week of meals so you can see exactly how I do it. Until then, stay safe.